why the popularity this year?
Yeah, a combination of events. First of all, at a very high level, this is great. Great for private markets. We need more companies to come public. So that's great. It helps the whole capital markets process. But at a more granular level, I think most of these companies were ready. They're more than 8 years old. So they were getting ready. Some of them pushed out their IPO pipeline to this year. It so happens that everything is coming together. And that's for a good reason. There's a theme running through all these companies. They're software companies exposed to cloud computing, data analytics, security. And all these are themes that are playing out that investors are appreciating. And these companies figured out this is the right window to get out. And they will last beyond all this election and all the commotion because they are long-term fundamental stories that will continue to thrive.
So a lot of the names this year have been the cloud companies. It has been said that this SPAC process is a lot more of an efficient process for IPOs, but it's also not cheap. So who might this benefit and who would this not necessarily be right for?
Yeah, SPACs are, that's another good addition. It's like the third way of going public. That's fine. It'll make the whole IPO process more efficient. It's not for everyone. It's usually for companies that need to develop more. They need some hand-holding. They have an experienced sponsor to guide them along. Maybe the revenues are not there yet. The product's not there yet, but they have the potential. So they need someone to bet on that. So the sponsors know the companies well, so they can stay with them and groom them. And that's where the big advantage is. But there is a cost up front. I mean, you have to pay the founder's fee and all the other stuff. Overall, it turns out, I mean, there are different analyses that go on. It may be slightly more expensive in the long run to do an IPO, but it has its own advantages. Not everyone can afford a SPAC. Not everyone would want to do that. And IPOs are, in the end, they are much more better. I mean, they're very popular. Yes, right now they've come together at once, but overall, IPOs, the traditional IPOs are much more popular.
Santosh, another word for these SPACs is a blank check company. So my question is, when I put my money into a SPAC, do I know what I'm investing in, or do I just know who I'm investing with, and they will later determine what is going to actually be owned by the SPAC? Or are there two different kinds, where one, you know what the company is that you're buying, the other, you're just turning money over to investor TK to put money to work?
Yeah, I think there's a good, efficient process there. You have a say in the whole process. You get to vote on that. There are different setups for SPACs, but overall, the surprises are few. But in the beginning, you vote on you give your money with the hope. You vote on their mission, their vision, and all that stuff. But when they invest, they do get approvals from their investors. So you have a rough idea. And that's the good advantage of SPACs, where there's not much uncertainty. With IPOs, you don't know what the opening price is going to be. Here, everything's pretty transparent. You know what's going to happen. So in that sense, SPACs have better transparency, and you know what's coming down the pipe.
And Santosh, really quickly, tell us about some of the companies that you've invested in that are eyeing IPOs this year, and sort of what those conversations are like right now.
Yeah, we have Airbnb, which is, we've invested there, early investors there. We did not invest in DoorDash. A lot of our companies have come public already. And then Asana is there. We've had some investments there. So I think those are the main ones. Postmates was already acquired. We were investors there. But down the road, we have other companies that we're not investors in, but I follow it closely, which is Databricks and Stripe and a few other companies that I don't remember offhand. But those are very good companies that are coming down the pike. There's a big pipeline behind them that you will see more focused on the enterprise software than other things. But the biggest consumer-facing internet company is Airbnb that will come to market pretty soon.